Ain't that a pretty marigold? But I'm gonna need for this, since this is like 2 feet tall, I need for this to have more flowers in this. But I don't know, I won't complain too much. Anyhow, I wanted to come on here and talk to y'all a little bit about a plant that a lot of people are afraid of. And really, you shouldn't be afraid of it. So, as y'all can see, I got a lot of my beans died, which, you know, heat of the summer. Once they get beat up, they're going to do that. I'm leaving pods on to go to seed so I can save the seeds from them. I may plant a fall crop of beans, I don't know. I'm kind of saying no because I won't split this bed and I can't have a bunch of stuff in here growing with this bed. But that ain't what I'm here to show y'all, because some people going to come just for the title, and the title ain't about what I'm growing. The title is about, the video is about pokeweed. Like I said, a lot of people are afraid of it. I'm not exactly sure. Well, I know why. And I know y'all probably saying, pokeweed. This pokeweed right here. And a lot of people wouldn't. Once you look at it enough, you know what it is. That's pokeweed, so is that one. That's a bigger specimen of it. But an easy way to tell, y'all see how the stem is pink, and you see how going closer to the ground, it's redder and redder. It's really more pink when I look at it with my eyes, but on the camera it look kind of red looking. But this is a young plant. This is a little bit bigger plant. I'll step in here and show y'all. So y'all see on that stem, see up here it's green, and kind of at the nose where the leaves come out, it's reddish pink, and then as you go down toward the ground it's more red. Okay? And I want to show y'all that's what it look like. And this is the beginning of a seed pod starting to come on right in there. But this is what it looks like. Leaves come out from all directions. The leaves kind of long and pointy. It can get up 10 feet tall. My granny often had poke that tall. Let me see here. I want to show y'all some more, where I got some more of it at. But yeah, I just kind of want to talk to y'all. A lot of people, really, to be honest, the only black people I find fooling with pokeweed, they older, and they usually pretty country, or they was raised in the country or something. Cause see, the people, they scared of it, and all they ever hear is it'll make you sick. And let me tell you something, we need to stop promoting just the negative in things, because that's actually not a realistic way of thinking. Everything is not always black and white. There's always gray areas, so you shouldn't always just focus on the negative and then cancel out all the other stuff. Can pokeweed make you sick? Yes, if you prepare it improperly, it can. I'm not afraid of it, and y'all probably wonder what I'm doing. I'm walking, I'm looking. I know it's something growing in here somewhere. There it is. And when you get good at it, because I'm really trying to work on learning how to forage a little bit better. When you get good at it, you can spot it. You can spot it real easy, because I can spot this stuff from 10, 15 feet. Sometimes I'll be driving by and I see a big stand of it. But if you look in this frame, see right where the sun's shining? Let's poke there. See that there? And this is a nice, real nice young little plant. It's real low like that. And this here grows all over the U.S. I'm sure it grows in other countries too. Let me see. I know I got another one back here amongst all this jungle that needs to be mowed down, and it is going to get mowed down. That's why I'm showing y'all before I mow it. I don't want to get too far up in here. I got poison ivy in here too. I guess that's my only little piece I had up in the jungle. There goes my jungle cat. Come on, Kenny. Walk with me. So, yeah, that's poke there. And like I said, a lot of people are afraid of it. But you know what's funny? I find most white people ain't afraid of it. When I have made more money selling pokeweed seeds, and I never thought, I put them on the internet and didn't even think they was going to sell. And I'd be doggone if I was selling them. And, you know, you can see people, a lot of times people put their little picture on. Look at him. What is he hunting? A lot of times people put the picture and stuff on there. And this is a poke plant here. This is one of my bigger ones. And I asked the people what they were doing with it. Because when so many people started buying it, you know, I thank them for buying the seeds. And I'd say, well, what are you doing with it? One guy said he's making a tincture to use for gingivitis. He said it relieves his gums, the inflammation in his gums. And I did read that pokeweed will bring down inflammation. And it brings down all kinds of inflammation, actually. Inflammation in your gut, stuff like that. And if you have arthritis, rheumatism, which is achy joints and muscles, it helps with that. And you know, now that I think about it, my granny never had those issues, and she ate this regularly, and so do I. And I don't hardly have no joint issues. Like, and a lot of people, if you don't know, I lift weights. A lot of people, they be like, how can you lift all that heavy weight stuff and your joints and stuff don't hurt? I really do believe it's because I consume. Really. I really do believe it's because I consume this fairly regularly. But I want to go through and tell you, do your research, but be careful. Because there's not a lot of scientific research behind pokeweed, that's why people say it's very toxic. It's very dangerous. I'm going to go out on a limb and tell you that that's incorrect. If you find a specimen, and I wish I still had some of those big specimens. If you find a great big specimen that's 7, 8, 9, 10 feet, and the stems is all red, just like even this one is 2 feet, but you can see up here the stems are green. And as I go down, it's not till I get almost to the ground it's completely red. Now this is starting to put on seeds. And I want to say, Letitia, I am going to do the how to collect seeds video. I ain't forgot about you. It's just I got to wait. It ain't time yet. See that green? It's not time yet for me to collect those berries off of there. But yeah, this plant here, I usually eat the leaves. I've read about people cooking the stem and eat it, but when it's red like that, they don't recommend you cook it. They recommend you cook that stem when it's still green. And they say you cook it and it tastes like okra, something like okra. But I mainly consume the leaves, the berries. You can, if you wait till the berries get red, and you can harvest them, and they'll dry out, and you can keep them. If you got arthritis, you take 1 berry per day. Just one of those little berries. You swallow it down just like a little pill. It'll help with your arthritis, rheumatism, things like that, sore muscles, joints. And I know several people who do that. Personally, I don't. A lot of people think the berries is the most poisonous part. It is not the most poisonous part. I would not, let me see how I'm going to say this. I would not sit up and eat a handful of them. Eat one. Just one. And they little, they're not going to get much bigger than that. So one of those, one per day. And like I said, you wait till they've red. And I'll do a video to come back when they're red. But I wanted to show y'all this plant and talk about it and tell y'all that don't throw out herbal remedies because you're scared of them, or because you don't understand them, or because you've read all this stuff. I'm going to be honest with you and just say this. I feel like because a lot of black people used it, that's why they didn't study it too much. I feel like because, and therefore it's not a lot of scientific research, and I feel like that's why they tell you to stay away from it. If you're wondering what it tastes like, it tastes like pretty much like spinach. I'm going to do a video on how to prepare it. I read somebody say, no, I asked another YouTuber, he had big old pokeweed plants in his yard. Asked him if he used them. He said no, because it's too involved to get all the toxins out of it. See, he's been reading something he don't know what he's talking about. So once again, if at all possible, try to get with somebody who's an elder and know these things, because they can tell you out of practice. You go on the internet sometime, and I'm not saying the internet is not good. It's good for what it's good for, but the internet can also lead you astray, whereas you can find you an old person that know and can tell you. And you know, it's a lot of elders out here with this wisdom, but we have to get it from them. If we don't get it from them, then you know, they go on to the next life, and then all their knowledge is gone. So I just want to tell y'all, if you got any room, oh, that's another thing, ulcers and things like that, this is good for that. If you got any kind of conditions, anything that causes ulcers, boils, that type thing, use this here. If you got kidney issues, this here. Liver issues, it's here. I'm telling you, it does a whole lot of things, y'all. It do more than what you think it do. You can make tinctures out of it. I usually eat it more than anything. This year I'm gonna make me a tincture, and you know, take it, you know. And another thing, when you're using these herbs, don't wait till you low down sick and almost dead and then start taking the stuff. That's not how herbal medicine works. You're supposed to be taking this stuff long and long as you go. You know, you're supposed to be drinking your tea here, tea there. And I ain't necessarily saying the same tea or the same herb every day. I'm going to go over to another plant. I see one out the corner of my eye while I'm talking. You're not supposed to and you're not supposed to take the same herb every day, because it loses its effect. It loses its, it's not as effective when you take it every day like that. So, you know, now this is a plant. Y'all see that red stem in there? The sun shining on it kind of bright. You might can't see it all that hot. I smashed it. But this is pokeweed here too. But you see how red that stem is? This is an older plant. And you see how red it get? When it's this red, all the way up, I won't eat those leaves. So when it get like that, y'all, don't eat the leaves on it, just to be safe. The poisonous part of it comes from the roots, and as it gets older, it grows up the roots, up the stem, you know, up into the top of the plant. So, but yeah, like I was saying, don't wait till you get low down sick and then decide you want to take all these herbs and all this stuff. You've waited too late. I'm not saying it won't do anything, but what I'm saying is herbal remedies, you're supposed to be taking them long and long. That's why you find in certain cultures, people drink herbal teas every day, a different one. Don't take the same one every day, because like I said, it loses its effectiveness. Is that a word? Efficiency? Effectiveness. Maybe that's what I'm looking for. Y'all, it's hot and my brain is clearly cooked. I promise you, I can read, write, and count. I promise. But yeah, you don't want to take the same herb every day. You want to take different ones. But like I said, you do want to be taking them so that your body is doing what it's supposed to do for your body. And it has its benefits and, you know, stuff like that. So don't be afraid of pokeweed, y'all. It's not going to kill you. Yes, if you cook it improperly. Now, it has been shown to kill infants and very small children when cooked improperly. Let me go over real quick how you cook it, but I'm going to do a video, like I said, in the next couple of days on how to cook this pokeweed. That is a big old hornet, a bee, or something. I'm getting ready to run. Anyway, when you cook this, like I said, if these leaf stems up here, see how they green up here, but then they get red. This about as far as I'll let it go. If that stem, if that redness was any more red than that in that stem, I would not eat this. The tender leaves are a little bit better, but you're gonna cook this two times anyway. So what I do is I just take the leaves. I don't rip the plant off because I want it to go to seed for me. And it'll still go to seed even because you see these leaves coming out at the node. I don't take those little bitty ones. I take these big ones. Take the big ones. And I would gather the leaves from 2 or 3 plants. Now, sometimes you have a great big plant. I'm trying to have some plants somewhere where I can have some big ones. And that way, when they grow, you know, they grow big fast. But the stem is still green. But anyway, take the leaves. And I usually take the leaves from several plants because my plant's so little. And you got to understand, it's cooked down to nothing. Wash them real good. And then once you wash them, get your pot of boiling water. Get it boiling, just water. Take all your leaves, drop them in there. You want to boil those leaves for about 2 minutes. Once you boil those leaves for 2 minutes, you want to strain, pour all that water off. Pour all the water off. Pour it down the drain. Do not use that water. Then you want to put you some more water in that pot. Let it come back up to a boil. When you let it come back up to a boil, you want to boil that for 5 minutes. Pour all that water off. After you get through boiling it for 5 minutes, pour all the water off. Pour it down the drain. Do not use that water. Do you hear me? Do not use the water I'm telling you to pour off. Once you have done that, you can cook it however you want. For instance, my granny, what she used to do is mix it in greens. I have never mixed it in greens, but I'm going to tell you, if you mix it in green, like collard green, mustard green, whatever, it's going to disappear in there. You won't even know what's in there. And that's how she used to sneak it in, because my dad and my uncles, all of them scared of it. That's why I said most black folk I know are scared of it. But they don't realize that's probably why they don't have no arthritis issues and this, that, and the other. But now that my granny's gone and she's not tricking them into eating pork, now they all of a sudden have started having those issues. But we won't get on that. Anyway, you can put it in your greens. It'll disappear in there. You'll never know it's in there. Whoever you're cooking for will never know it's in there. Me personally, what I do is I chop up some egg. I chop up some onion. And scramble me some eggs, and I put it in my eggs. I like to eat eggs with other stuff in it, not just eggs straight. So I kind of make it like an omelet, kind of. And I just put it in with my eggs almost as if it's like spinach. To me personally, that's usually how I use it. I use it something like spinach. But like I said, you can use it however you want. After you boil it twice, it's going to be the consistency of spinach, as if you have sauteed it or whatever. But yeah, that's how you use it. And like I said, I'm going to do a video showing how to cook it. But yeah, I just wanted to come to y'all and bring y'all that, because this is one of the herbal remedies that I am familiar with. A lot of the other ones I'm not familiar with, and I'm learning about them. I'm trying to learn as fast as I can, but this is one I'm confident in and I'm familiar with. If you got any questions in the comment section, please leave them below, okay? All right, till next time. See you guys later.